What's up guys, Dark Dally here, and today we're going to be doing some more stuff with the mod for PS4 SwaPA, which stands for Stupid Workaround Place Anywhere. It's the Place Anywhere mod for the PS4 version of Fallout 4. If you're familiar with the mod, then you may have seen my tutorial. If not, I suggest you check it out. It's the official SwaPA mod tutorial. It's very thorough, but it only shows the stuff that the author showed in his original guide. It didn't show other tricks that you can do with it, and so I want to make some videos showing the other tricks that you can do with it once you learn to use the mod better. And we'll be going over some of those today, but first there's one other thing I want to show you. In my using of the mod, initially perhaps I wasn't using it right, perhaps I was storing the pieces wrong, and that's why I went back and corrected my tutorial video and I added the annotation to say refrain from storing or deleting the pieces, just put them aside for use later, because you can totally do that. You can put them, like right here I have this little SwaPA shed that I built, and when I'm not using the pieces I put them in here so that I can, use them again later. Because sometimes when you store them, at least when I did, and again maybe I did it wrong, they would keep reappearing. This was the base to a SwaPA post, and even though I would store this trigger, it would sometimes reappear in my settlement, every few game days or so. And so I just said, okay, I need to just store this piece. This piece is broken through whatever fault it is broken. And as long as I'm doing that, I'll just, all the pieces I do use, instead of deleting them, I'll just store them in there too. That way I don't have problems with them reappearing if I did something wrong or something like that. Now there's a small trick to this, because this little guy, he doesn't like to place anywhere. It's tricky. You can place him somewhere outside, like here and there. So the way that, if you do want to do this, the way I did this is I got this table and I found a place where this trigger would go. And I said, oh, it'll place on the table here. And then I was able to move the table out of the way into this little shed where, and that's where it resides now. Its post is apparently gone, and even though I would store or even scrap this trigger would continue to reappear every few days. So, and that's probably my fault. When I first got the mod, I started testing with it, messing with it, deleting and storing stuff, against what you're supposed to do, and yeah, that happens. So this is one good little tip. Make yourself a SwaPA shed, put your pieces in there, and then just reuse them. And then, it's handier that way, because then you don't have to go through the menu looking for them. Then you already got them. You can just go grab them and drag out what you need. So that said, let's move on to what the video was actually about today, which is snapping SwaPA pieces using just the lamp and not using the post. This allows you to, well, snap them. Okay, so if I want to put a wall across here, I have one option. I can, I have to put it here on the outside. But what if I don't, what if for whatever reason, and there could be a multitude of reasons, what if I want to put it, flush, right? And I'll show you, like for instance, that it actually is something I wanted to do with this shed. I wanted to move this wall in. See how the wall doesn't line up with that warehouse roof that I put on here? I wanted to take this wall and move it in. That's one instance when you would want to do that. Well, there's, you can use SwaPA to do that. And what you can do is you can use the post and, everything like in the instructions. Actually, let's go grab it from my shed over here. Okay, so I got my post. Let's go ahead and call that button back. Let's grab me a lamp. And this is, this process is going to be updated, but for now, obviously, this is how it works. Let's move this trigger somewhere better. There we go. So we'll just use the procedure and we'll group select this. Like so, and I can place the wall like this. But you know how, you can see how tricky it's going to be to get it perfect. If you want to get this perfect, right? And it's like, I don't know. Is that perfect or not? Well, here's the easy way to do it. And you don't even need the post. All you need is the light. Let's go ahead and move this stuff back out of the way. Well, that was a fail. Don't walk over the switch while you're trying to place the post. So let's put the post over here. There we go. Get that out of the way. Now let's go ahead and get my wall back. There we go. Now what I've done here is I've gone ahead and I've built the front and the rear wall. So let's move this light down so it's easier to trigger. I don't need the post for this. All I need is the lamp. And what I can do is just run up here. I can turn the lamp off. Now I can snap these walls where I wanted them. Oops, I had it right there. And let's, don't want to get too close to the switch. We don't want to accidentally hit it. And I'll show you a way around that too, actually. And right there. And now we can turn the wall back on. And there. So I know it took a while to show, but that's the easy way to do it. This allows you to snap pieces in place perfectly without worrying about the free place utility of the post, you know, and that can come in handy, of course. Now here's another example where we would use this method. It makes it easy and it keeps everything snapped. That way you can continue building and snapping off of it without anything, you know, interfering. Okay, here's a little sample of a building we may have. Let's say that this right here is the corner of a building and we want like a rounded tower or like a turret clipped through the corner of the building. You know what I'm saying? We want to cap the corner of this building with this little round turret. It's going to be really pretty. However, because of, you know, the way the whole system works, there's no way that we can put that other curved wall there. If I go down here, there's no way it's going to let us put this curved wall here. Curved walls, you know, in certain occasions may clip through one wall, but it's not going to clip through both of those walls. I have the finished product over here, like so. And what I've done here is very simple. Let's see, what's the best way to do it? Well, what you want to do is go ahead and, just like I showed over there, you want to build the wall first and you want to turn it off. So I built this circular turret first, then I simply turn the wall off with the lamp trigger. And notice I have the lamp over on the edge. It's always a good idea. Put it over on the edge if you know you tend to clip stuff through, because though the wall is not there, that lamp is there. So it's out of the way there. So I made the round turret, and then I simply turned off the wall with the SwaPA lamp, and then I'm able to insert, you know, the building into it. And then when I'm done, I can simply turn it back on. Now, that said, notice you can separate. What I should have said there is you can build the building, delete those corner walls, then do it, and then just put them back. You don't have to slide the building in there. You can separate the lamp and the trigger. When you put the lamp on an object, you can grab this trigger separately, move it anywhere you want, and then when you're done with it, when you want to reconnect it to the lamp, you simply have to pick up the lamp and drop it. It's just like the trigger. It's just like the button on the post. So that's a handy little trick. Do note, however, that let's say I built the corner of the building first, and I want to put the turret onto it, and so I have this assembled here, and so I turn off that wall, and I'm like, okay, I had that wall turned off. I'll just grab this and move this whole thing. Oh, I can't, because that wall's invisible. It won't move. So that you can't do. So what you want to do is, you do want to go ahead, again, this is just an example. You'd want to build this, and then you'd want to, do I have both walls here? I do. Then you want to take your building, and either move it in here or construct it in here. Can't see what I'm doing. Let's get a different angle. Oh, that was my problem. I need to point it like this. And now you can go ahead and turn this wall on. And now it looks nice from the outside because your building doesn't have a sharp corner, and it looks nice from the inside because the corner doesn't, have a sharp corner. Of course, you want to put a roof in or, whatever first. But that's how this, one way this can work. You can build the piece that you want, you can make it invisible, you can build everything else, and when you're done, turn it back on, and you have accomplished something that, with perfect snapping that you couldn't accomplish before. Alright guys, I hope you found this helpful. Definitely stay tuned for more tips and tricks with SwaPA, among my usual things that I come up with and like to share, building techniques and whatnot. I am continuing to do more things with SwaPA, seeing what I can do with the pieces, and of course there's updates coming to it. There will be more tools available, and well, there's all kinds of fun to come. So make sure to subscribe for new content. Guys, my name is Dark Dally. It's been a pleasure. I will catch you all next time.